welcome to episode 8 of Day and Night. Today with me is Akane and our two guests are Zogg and Fish.
Hello. Another podcast. Bit different from the last one, to be honest. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be short and snappy, I think, for reasons.
Yes.
I'm sure this one will be the most positive podcast.
This is gonna be great. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
Okay.
So yeah.
In the spirit of get on with it, we're gonna talk about global first. Yeah.
Yes, global.
So we've got a couple subjects. Let's talk about something fun. Global got. Let's talk about Battle Zone first. Yeah, Lizard Village Battle Zone. Huh? Easy. Hard?
Yeah, that was the only one we got. I personally, I passed all 3 missions first time round, but like the last one was quite tricky at the end. Like I could see people getting caught off on that one. The first one's basically like an undead, like a usual global undead mission, I would say. Like it was just easy. The second one I would probably say is like kind of like Christmas undead level of difficulty. And the third one was probably the hardest content we've got on global or had in global. But yeah, it was actually quite a bit of fun considering it was quite short. You know, you got it all done in like 10 minutes or so if you passed it. And then you got that guaranteed 5-star unit that you get to select. So that's something, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's definitely good. In my opinion, I think they were pretty easy, even the final one. Like those 3 were very similar, at least for the team I used. I didn't really see a difference between the 3 different levels. I mean, except I'd say the first one is actually a bit harder than the usual undead because I was using my shitty Konosuba team and they couldn't even get past first turn.
Holy shit.
Konosuba legends.
Well, for me, I just used 3 DPS, 1 tank for all 3 missions. I didn't really notice a difference between the first one and the second one. I thought they were the same, and I thought that was a bug. But people told me that they're different. Maybe the HP just changed. I'm not sure.
That's what I thought happened.
But like, didn't really matter because my DPS can kill 1 unit per turn. So that didn't change from like going from that first level to the second level. And the only thing that changed from the third level was actually I think I could still pull that off. So I don't know really. I just noticed that the HP was higher.
Yeah,
the New Year's aura solves all problems. So you know.
I mean, I went into the third one with like an actual comp, like with a healer as well, because I didn't actually know how hard it would be. And like even with Yuri's buff, she was still getting hit pretty hard, but she was dodging a lot of the time. That was the only thing that would really change. Like she wasn't getting hit for like 1,000 damage like the first 2. She was getting hit for like 4,000. And then I think I was helping someone in the Discord and we done a co-op run, and we decided to do 1 tank 3 DPS like you said. And I think we used Yuri, Nazarick Momon, who was the other one, Nazarick Demiurge, and Christmas Albedo. And I think we finished it in like 12 turns. And then the last wave, like Demiurge hit his AoE attack and done like 80k damage on all 3 of them. So it was kind of like, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, he hit like a truck on that last wave, and then we realized you don't need a healer. You just need damage.
See, all problems can be solved by DPS, except one certain problem that's going to come up later in the podcast.
Yeah. I
Yes.
tried running 4 DPS and I just got like my ass kicked on like the first one. Like I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's just something, you know.
Yeah. Not like under-leveled units and non-maxed out skills. Couldn't beat that though. Impossible.
No way.
Alright.
But
Speaking
yeah.
of under-leveled units, let's take this tangent to talk about Nabe. The new Nazarick Narberal that just came out. What's your opinion on this?
I mean, originally when the unit first came out on JP, I think not many people knew how the unit worked, or like her skill is very different. Like it's not your usual skill set. Like she's got a bit of uniqueness to it, like with her skill charging up and then using it after a certain amount of turns. But yeah, I think we worked out on global. Like, if you charge her up 2 times and use the AoE, she's actually pretty good. Like, not amazing, but she's like viable. But it's the fact that, do you want to spend 2 turns of doing nothing just to nuke on the third? That's really what you got to take into consideration. But I wouldn't say she's bad unit. She's just unit.
Yeah, unique character with a gimmick that isn't too useful but not too shit either.
I mean, to me, I just see her as like a kind of like a slightly better Evil Eye in terms of single target, and you can just have like a weird, like, you know how like you use some units and they can charge up their overdrive to like do like some big AoE. I guess like she would be something like kind of similar. Like, like you're on the last like mob before the next wave, and you're like, oh, might as well start off the next turn with a big AoE just because I can. And that's just kind of like a bonus. But I wouldn't use her out of anything that's like weak. That's like, unless it's like weak to lightning. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people had different mixed emotions on this unit. I mean, I would say she's bad, but like, she's nothing special. The only reason why I would want her is just, 1, because she's Narbe, and 2, just because of her kit is just different. It'd be like you can't test it out and actually get some weird numbers. But that would be it. But I don't think I'd go out my way for pulling for her. But like, if I was a whale in the game, then that would be the only reason why I'd get her, just for the testing of the unit to see how the skills actually work.
Next Fest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows? You might get her.
Maybe. Oh god. But yeah, that's pretty much Narberal for me.
And then last thing about global event wise is the Valentine unit, and it's Shalltear. She got her JP buffs. She has AoE damage. She has AoE shields. Yay, nay.
Yeah, good unit. Another 4 MP farming unit.
Yeah. I didn't actually see what her buffs were from like her old self, but I knew she was a pretty decent unit like originally. But looking at it now, that AoE is pretty good, with the magical defense down, and it's 4 MP, it's pretty good. But yeah, I think when we get into the next topic, like, what unit is worth pulling for nowadays, let's be honest.
I mean, there's also they also buffing all the units. Every single unit that doesn't have the JP buff apart from Albedo on the 12th.
Oh man,
No.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Definitely. Yep.
But Shalltear Valentines is, I would say, a pretty good unit. She's an enhancer as well, so like her stats are pretty good around the whole board, which most enhancers are. So that's quite good, and she's got the AoE is the best thing about her kit, I would say, from my point of view. I would
think
say
you could use her as like a instead of like rolling a debuffer for certain tanks, like you have Tank Albedo and Tank Sebis as like fizz damage reducers. So you could just roll her as like, instead of like doing a traditional debuffer, you can use her as just a buffer that gives you 30% magical damage reduction, which your tanks don't have normally.
Or you can just stack that with Nazarick, Yuri, and everyone on your team has 60% magic reduction.
Ah, yes.
That sounds
necessary.
Very.
Yeah. Do we even have content in global which has like a bunch of AoE magic damage, or no? Not even.
Naz PA.
Naz PA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chaos Field's out, 15th floor. We're gonna go tackle that with this new unit.
Yep.
I mean,
obviously,
yeah,
everyone has been bothering to do it. Obviously, for
Yeah,
reasons.
'cause I love how much stones they decided to give us on this one.
You gotta get those 30 stones.
Mhm.
I mean, like, you can use them for anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna poll for this new Shalltear tomorrow. I've got 600 stones, right?
It's paid banner. The banner's paid.
There's a I can poll for free banner, 500 stones.
All right.
Yeah, and do
Sure.
2 singles after.
Yeah, dude, that's like 12 polls. I'm so excited for that. I think that's all the good stuff. So are we gonna talk about the last part then about global?
What is the last part about global?
I think it's something about March, and the game just not existing.
Oh yeah,
for a
they're
second.
stopping paid packs on
Yeah.
March. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't top up in the game anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They must be making a lot of money on this game for them to stop. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Well,
Or
moral of
on
the
to
story is-
JP.
Yeah, straight on to JP.
Yeah.
Global shutting down.
Yeah.
I guess on that note, like with global shutting down, I mean, you're not allowed to top up anymore, like starting March. So don't top
I
up
hope you
at all
stopped
right
already.
now. No, I think yeah, everyone's stopping already. But there's probably that one poor soul that's downloaded the game, not saw the notice, and just spent a little bit, and then next thing you know, they can't top up anymore. But I guess on that note, like obviously I know it's not good, but like in terms of podcasts, I'm pretty sure we're still going to continue with global until it's gone. Am I correct on that? Yeah.
We're gonna
So
keep on trucking, like 3 more
For the-
podcasts after this.
yeah.
Talking about global and all the fantastic content they plan to cram out before we get the big sleep.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, we
The
had to have
sleep
a
dot.
global anniversary podcast. Can't forget that.
Oh man, that'll be wild.
But yeah, global shutting down. End of. JP, let's go.
Alright, we love the JP. So, JP, we've got the brand new Nazarick Fest unit, PDL. We got Valentine's event, Valentine's rerun, Valentine's units are Aura and Yuri. They look pretty boss. Let's just briefly talk about PDL first. Or your preference of whatever you want to call him.
PDL. I mean, I think he's a good Nazarick unit because he's not a rerun unit, so it's not another version of Albedo, Shalltear, or anything. It's like a whole new unit, which is cool in itself. Stats, insane. Skill set, pretty good. Basically, this guy does a lot of damage. He's a lot of damage. I mean, I would have pulled for him if I was on JP from like the get-go, but I've only just started JP, and obviously my girl's Ashley. I've got to stick with her. But yeah, if I was like you die, for example, I probably would have pulled for this unit because he's actually very good.
Yeah, I can imagine pulling for this unit.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, very good unit, I think. Yeah, very good unit and cool looking unit as well in game.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes me wonder if they're gonna try to link up some of the more novel characters, because PDL didn't have that much screen time during the anime.
About as much
And,
screen as his first seat.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
And
more
he
screen
gets
time than Gargantua.
Now he has the cover of Volume 14, so maybe we get some more like novel characters that they kind of like try to sneak in.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like a Sin and Pope. Yeah.
They're just gonna keep on ignoring Gargantua.
Dude, my boy, eventually. One year anniversary prediction. We can do that later. But
we do that every podcast now. I love it.
Yeah, no, we're closing on to it, so I don't feel bad doing it every podcast. We had to stop when the anniversary actually comes out, but like before then, it's fair game. But yeah, highest attack stat in the game, 500 higher than the second highest. I think that's pretty major.
Yeah.
Lots of good nuking, like ships, buffs on single target. Single target pretty much always crits. 40% gauge. I don't know. He just seems like a overwhelmingly like good DPS.
His AoE is also really good for stuns, from what people tested.
Yeah. Is it 10% stun per hit, or is it 10% stun on all 3 hits?
It's probably 10% per hit because of how often it's stunning, from what people has tried.
I thought people were saying that the undead was just very weak to stun at that point. Like
it was, but it's
like
still
only 30.
It was still pretty high stun chance for what like compared to other AoE characters and just stuns in general.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him like kind of, I know it's only extreme, but I've seen like a few PDLs join me on extreme. Like even like some of them that have obviously just come from global with like level 60, 70 PDL, and like the damage is insane that he does on that AoE. And not only that, but as you said, like the stuns are ridiculous. Like I see them all the time. Like I've never seen so many stuns in my life. Like it was
Yeah.
every run I do, there was someone getting stunned by a PDL. Like every run.
Like the main difference is that it is a AoE, and there's not too many AoE stuns out there.
I don't think there is any.
You've got Kurumi's kind of AoE because of multi-hit. Like it's not very high chance, but it will still work quite often.
But yeah, definitely a very cool unit.
Yeah. Man, I can imagine people working hard to pull for him. Alright, so let's move on to Valentines. Rerun solid, just some medals, some stones, new event, Undead, walk in the park, I'd say.
Yeah. Probably one of the easiest undead JP has.
Yeah. I decided to bring a bunch of new units, like the tank origami, because I'd be like, oh, I should try her out for stuff. I was like, man, I don't think you even need to bring it. I'm pretty sure you get 4 DBS it.
Yeah.
Great. Then one of you guys can carry me through the undead mission later with my my Zeshi. Thank you.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah, I mean it's probably not that hard. So
I've only got one unit that's like gonna even stand a chance. All my other units are like below level 60, so I can't really speak about the undeads yet on JP because I haven't got teams. I've got a unit. That's it. So, but if you're saying it's easy, I trust your word on it.
yeah. We could talk about Aura first. I feel Aura is just pigeonholed into being a single target DPS beast. Cause like, damn son, what was it? Nazarick Aura, single target DPS, and then like Halloween Aura, single target DPS. Then it was New Year Aura, that single target DPS into Overdrive.
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And then like Christmas Aura, single target DPS.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? That's a buffer.
Or
An
is a single
enhancer.
DPS.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
same.
remember the
She's
original Aura single target DPS, of course.
Yeah, no. Look at this rate up. I feel like a 55% like event bonus going on in this event with OG Aura. Man, so good. But yeah, so she has the strongest multi-hit in the game if you get 5 hits from my math. And
yeah, it would be.
it's only 45% chance per each consequential hit, but I feel like if you run I Bow before you and then have another buffer, you would be able to cash out some crazy damage.
I mean, you obviously run the Valentine's relic because that's like the only aim relic with high attack.
Yep. And yeah, she has a 6 MP single target nuke, which reminds me of Bride Shalltear, except that's not a nuke, but 6 MP single target. It hits a lot for water, 225 with 100% elemental rate up plus passive. It's a really big single water nuke. It's just I really don't feel you could use that in any content. I feel like 5 is kind of like the break-off point between being a good nuker and being a bad nuker. No?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty hard to use like 6 MP like all the time on just single target.
I mean, looking at her passives though, if she's below 50% HP and you do it, it's going to hit like a truck.
Yeah, that'd be what, 150% elemental rate plus 225.
Like, that's the only time I'd use it if I was like under 50% for that extra 50%.
Yeah, but that's
water.
assuming you have 6 MP by that point.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that could be like turn 1, you know, or turn 2, sorry.
True.
If your tank doesn't get hit, or it'll probably get straight down to below half health after 1 hit.
Yeah.
I think at that rate you're gonna have other problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, she just has the self buff to herself, attack crit. That's not bad. Christmas Shizu has a better one. It's just like, I think like 5%, no, like 10% more attack, and that's it. Exact same buff. So I feel that's kind of like off-putting. But yeah, nothing else too major. Just standard overdrive damage, kind of underwhelming. Some debuffs.
You know, your usual routine. You know,
Yeah,
nothing special.
Like no crazy high numbers, nothing like a bajillion buffs on yourself. But then we got Yuri, which is better philo. That's all I can really say. Just like anything she does better. It's like
much better.
yeah, like your single targets are stronger. It shreds defense instead of speed. So like maybe that's an issue if you're fighting a really tough undead and you need to go first for like your party, not just you. But like that's the only issue because I'd rather just do more damage to people than make them slower. Because I have a debuffer for that too. I don't know. And then second skill is an AoE buff. I'd say she's a really like the AoE buff is like twice as much as Philo's, but like it's AoE. You're hitting like 4 people with it instead of just 1. And then the other one is just cheaper, 4 MP to 5, does more damage, has like a double
Higher.
armor shred. It's like what the fuck is
Yeah.
it supposed to do?
And higher defense debuff.
Yeah, it's like man.
She'll be insane in raids.
Yeah,
Even
I think
if they're
that
not
extra-
weak.
I think the extra buff is just there, like since you already maxed out your defense debuff after like 2 hits on the 3 MP attack, then you can just like give like your entire team like a 50% skill damage buff on top. Just for, like, why not?
So you think she's
Yeah.
good for raids as a buffer, or just because she's a buffer
Well, like-
and DPS?
As
I would say
everything.
debuffer. And then like, oh, by the way, I'm gonna give you a free skill damage buff, like while like I'm already done debuffing. You know, like it's just like a nice little bonus for your team.
Yeah, she's like a DPS/debuffer.
Because like if you have like not Nazines, like Lockius, right? At like turn 3, you'll have 75% crit buff from Lockius, and then you already maxed like normal attack buffs, and then if all your guys have Mighty Warrior or something, you're gonna have like 100% crit. So the only thing that you really need is extra skill damage. So then you got Yuri here, already done debuffing defense, already hit that cap. Might as well give you a skill damage buff, just on top.
So you'd run both those units then. You'd run Yuri and Lacus?
Well, you always run a debuffer.
Yeah,
Right.
she's not really a buffer. She's more just has that buff. It's like, hey, here's some bonus that you're gonna get like maybe 10% more damage or something.
Yeah.
So would you say
Unless you're
she's,
soaring,
would you say she's like a really good pole to go for then, just based off her skill set?
Yeah.
And cute raid content.
I mean, not
It's
even
hard to say.
raid. Just in general, she's like a really
Yeah.
good.
In general, she's a really good unit. I would
Yeah.
probably use the buff first and then the debuffs after, personally, if I was to use her in a raid. Because then your party will have the skill damage whilst the defense buff is up. Because she's a fast unit.
Well,
I think the
debuff is a
defense buff
bit
is
stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like people on global raid have been running raid without a buffer because they realize debuffers are just so much stronger.
It's good how we find stuff out through that global meta, and then we can get that wisdom with us into JP.
And yeah, I mean they also have really cool character models with Yuri and Aura.
Oh,
I like to call it the secret Overwatch collab.
yeah, that's nice.
Doomfist and Hanzo, yes.
I was gonna say, anyone want to give an attempt at what Hanzo says when he ults? No.
How is that the one thing running through your head at that moment in time?
No, I can totally imagine someone actually knows like what he's saying and remembers it. I could totally.
And
remember
you thought they was gonna repeat it on the podcast.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
That'd be like the reason people hit that sub button or like that plus that thumbs up.
Go ahead, Di. You
I
gotta
think
say
you
it.
should do it then for your channel.
Yeah, you already set yourself up for it.
Oh no,
Yeah, go on.
I actually don't know what he says. I know it's like a sentence in Japanese, and that's it.
I'll say the English for you and you can translate.
Wait, how-
Yes,
wait, does he say it in Japanese regardless? Does he actually say it in English?
Yeah, he's saying Japanese, but I know the English translation. I don't want to see the Japanese because I have bad pronouncing.
You know, yeah.
No, you gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. Like, you gotta do it for the death of global.
The Death of Global. Man, I
Wait,
didn't-
Yeah.
Global's ending?
I know this JP topic too, and we just find our way back.
I think like when it was happening, I think we've been making jokes of it over everything we've done. Like no matter what sentence anyone said in the voice chat, it would be like, oh yeah, just like Masford, they're dying. Like literally everyone's bringing it up now. I love it. Everyone's sentences.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yuri, pretty cool. Looks like Doomfist. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, both Valentine's units really solid. Nazarick Fest unit really solid. I was gonna say, we're rushing through this at record pace because I guess, not much happening this week for Global and JP. Nothing too intense.
Mhm.
I would have thought we would have talked a lot more about like Global dying, but I think we just brushed over it casually.
I think we're all over that now. I mean, three of us here found out when we was in the voice chat together discussing about the tier list with Narberal, and then yeah, it hit midnight for me, quite literally, and then yeah, we've got Fish here who is like, doesn't matter, Global's dead, Global's done, and then everyone just froze. Discord went crazy. Yeah, I think we've all kind of brushed it off. It was a bit of a kick in the teeth on the first 2 days, and now that no one's playing Global, at least I'm not anymore until a certain banner comes out, and then yeah, I'm done. Too busy grinding JP nowadays.
Mm.
But for anyone watching this that is like Global only right now, I would probably recommend, if you still want to play the game, to start playing JP. Because
they're most likely not going to do account transfer.
yeah, they won't do an account transfer. Like I don't see why they would do that.
I'm pretty sure like,
but like
2 people emailed Crunchyroll already about account transfers, and we got both responses. You can't transfer a JP account to Global, and then we got the you can't transfer a Global account to JP.
oh damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, guy, you can't move your JP account to global.
I know, right?
Darn.
Man, what a
Damn.
shame.
Maybe we can transfer a Global account to JP. Oh wait, no, we can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would probably say start JP because there's a lot of free stuff that they give you, like good stuff. And not only that, but second year anniversary, it's right around the corner. I know we talk about it every time, but come on. We want to start re-rolling. It's gonna be that unit.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've pretty much covered all our topics because normally we would talk about the state of the game, and at this point there's no state of the game for Global. And if we look at the state of the game with JP, we're getting good units. We're getting events still. I'd say it's like generous in the amount of stones they give us. To be honest, like if you look at the login reward calendar for JP, I think that's pretty nice. And
Yeah.
then we're getting anniversary coming up. I feel like we're walking off of a Data Life collab. I feel like JP's not really gonna like die anytime soon, like Global is, and I feel like I think it's like business as usual, right?
I don't
Yeah.
think anything will happen to JP, like at all. Like the thing is, right? I genuinely feel like Mass for Dead wasn't even that bad for them, like funding wise, because we just before this podcast we was having a look at some of the games that they got now, and like some of them games that are still active, Mass for Dead, although it is not the best game, it was much better than some of the games that they have there. I genuinely feel like they just closed the global one because JP's doing much better, and obviously Princess Connect coming out. So like they just had to make a sacrifice. And like if they was going to get rid of one of those other games, it's not like they have a JP version of it. Like the Mob Psycho game, for example, the one that looks horrendous. Like they're not going to close that down because it's the only one that they've got from what I'm aware of. I don't think there is a JP version of it. So like Mass for the Dead, if they got 2 versions, fine, we'll get rid of global. And if you guys still want to play, go to JP. Like
I wonder if it's more like they didn't want to. They had to move their translation teams or something.
Yeah, I think they just want to move the Mass for the Dead team over to their other games. Like the game itself was definitely not earning any profit, but it was earning enough to be sustainable. But I guess they just want to relocate their resources.
Fish,
Yeah.
could you get like another 100 luck character and revive it, maybe?
Yeah, the $40 pack, surely.
Oh man.
oh god.
It was just this. Oh, this looks too good to be true, and it was.
Yeah, literally the day that they announced it was shutting down, me and Fish were in a chat, and he was like, "Yeah, did you see the 100 luck pack?" I was like, "Oh yeah, like looks pretty cool." He's like, "I think this is a sign they're gonna make us buy it, and then they're gonna announce like a week later that the game's closing down."
And then a day
that
later.
literally, no, it was that day that you said it to me. Like, but the thing is, I genuinely feel like that's what they were trying to do, but then they thought, like, they realized how bad that was. And then they was like, no, we can't do this. We have to tell them beforehand.
I don't even think it's they. It's probably just one guy on the team that
One
was
guy,
like, "What?
yeah.
This is fucked up."
Yeah.
You mean the 2 people in customer support from India and whoever's doing like all the in-game
'Cause-
notices?
I don't know about you guys, but I personally would have done it all day long. 100% I would have done it. Like, that's what? I don't even know the percentages there. That's like, considering it's like 4,000 to get a 100 luck unit and they're giving you it for 40. Come on. You're suicide not to go for that.
Yeah.
It's even weirder that they're like not even trying to like do it for an extra month or two. You know, like just do the $40 and then just like eat that loss and then like just like wait 2 months and then shut down the game. And people are gonna be pissed anyways, right? People are already pissed now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
kind
at
of
least
surprised they
they're-
didn't even try to like wait it out a bit more for a couple months, but
Yeah. Crunchyroll being nice to us
Yeah.
as a leaving present.
I mean, the devs are still adding new content and
Yeah.
making changes and bug fixes. They're actually fixing their bug for now.
Wait.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I got 100 stones.
Yeah, for compensation.
Yeah.
So generous.
So how much more content do you think they're gonna pour out? So it's what, the 6th right now, February, or maybe the 7th?
I thought they
for
were
some of the
only gonna
time
do
zone?
whatever content this month is, and then they
So-
would
Yeah.
just stop.
Yeah. So then we're gonna get the Valentine's event.
I reckon
then-
we'll get 2 more events after that, and then we'll get like as in like actual mission events, 2
You
or
think-
3.
You think like, okay, so we'll get the Valentine's event, Valentine's raid, right? As global tradition, because everything needs a raid attached to it, and then that's gonna be like what, all of February, and then the game's closing at the end of March, right?
Yeah.
Then what do you think they're gonna do for March? They're just gonna like open up a bunch of like gates and then just call it.
They'll
know, maybe,
either
like, Rewind events, reruns.
yeah. They'll either do that or they'll just constant banners of new or past characters.
Yeah. You think they'll do like the last bit of story? Maybe they had like
Yeah.
a story chunk for March, and
I think we just hope that because they're adding chapter 5 this month. I mean, the newest chapter, whatever chapter it is, this month. So hopefully they'll just try and get most of it translated because that's what people really like mainly play the game for, was just the translated story and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's
They're gonna
pretty much
release it, and it's
global.
gonna be in Japanese.
I don't doubt I'm leaving some stuff that's missing. Oh hey, I was gonna say this might be like the shortest podcast we've had, and I guess like motivation for talking about stuff dies when you realize like half your content is gonna be gone, or like half this podcast is gonna be gone. Man, that's rough.
Yeah, I think like I don't know about like Fish and Zog, but like for me, I thought I was gonna play global to the end, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that time I'm spending on global, like I might as well just spend it on the JP account and get that started, because if I'm gonna continue playing, there's no point me waiting until the end of March to start JP. So I've just scrapped global. I've got 4,000 gems saved up. When a banner comes out, I'll do my last summons and then I'll log in on the day it closes, and that's me done. Like I've just got zero motivation now for global. Like I didn't even know the Valentine's thing came out in global today or whatever it
It
did.
came out today.
Like
It's not out
No,
yet.
Nah, the event hasn't been
okay.
out, but the banner's coming out today, I think.
yeah. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't even check up on the news on it. No one talks about it in the Discord anymore. Like yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still playing. I'm going down with the ship. I'm actually quite surprised that there's still like, I think like only 300 people from Raid actually stopped playing. It's
Are you still gonna try to aim for raid number 1 title?
oh wait, the raid already finished. I'll go for the next raid.
Uh, Yeah, I was gonna say like you could drop stones on like the last raid to take home the title, you know, because I feel
think
like
most of us has like 500 AP pots saved up.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's no need for that. I've personally got to spend my 1,000 red pots I've been saving, so
Oh no.
I'll still be playing global for a while.
I can't even go through all my blue pots that are like the
Yeah.
login bonus ones.
I'm legit just clearing shop for like admin events.
Yeah. Alright, I think we can call this podcast at an end. Yeah, no, this is super short. Is there any last topics anyone wants to talk about?
Oh, you guys want to guess the character for anniversary?
Oh, nah. Yeah, let's do it. Everyone gets one guess?
Realistically, or like what you hope for?
Yeah.
Both.
Like, is it
We
like?
can do both. We can do both.
Okay, easy clap.
We'll go backwards. So we'll do Zogg, Fish, me, and then Akane.
Well, you bastards, you made me first. Okay.
You asked the question.
Okay. Realistically, it's gonna be an Albedo reskin. It has to be. Like, I don't see it any other way. I think maybe like small chance of like Shalltear, but like I really feel like it's gonna be an Albedo reskin. I feel like that's what makes the game the money, or like, you know, people got a simp, right? What I would want, dude, just give me fucking Nea or something. If they do Nea, I'll start JP.
Oh, really? Really?
Really?
I'll PM you in like 3 months. Expect it.
Amare, did you say?
They said Nia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Amare. I was like, yeah, there's no way you're gonna get that for an anniversary, like unless I bring out every single floor guardian as an anniversary.
Oh, no,
wait.
no.
Talking about Mare, I think one funny thing on Global is for Valentines they're having a paid guaranteed female character, like limited female character banner. And the funny thing is Halloween Mare is in there.
Oh, brilliant.
So
They're accepting the trap.
Yeah.
So you think it's gonna be an Albedo, maybe a Shalltear, and you want Nia, was it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fish?
I mean, yeah, realistically, it's probably gonna be just another Albedo or Shalltear. I'd say Shalltear since they already have a Albedo drawn by Sobing, which was a Christmas one. What I hope for, obviously, Gargantua. Either Gargantua,
Yeah.
Death Knight,
Death Knight.
or Slimeco.
Oh yeah, Slimeco might be a good one.
Oh, that's turned you on.
Right. So
Sort of imagine Slimeco talking about Slimeco on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'd be like, wow, I can help you fight now. Some other subtext. I'm a buffer debuffer. But okay, I'll go next then. What I think actually it's gonna be is, Slimeco's a really freaking good guess. Holy shit! I don't want to take it because Fish said it, but like, I'll go with it's gonna be like a new concept. It's gonna go with this gonna be like a dual unit. So just have 2 people as one unit, and it'll be like something crazy like that or something.
Oh, you mean angry?
It'd be like that, except that like you see them like both on the screen at the same time.
Or like when you use a skill, like you know,
Yeah.
you're like,
Something
you
wild
have-
like that.
yeah.
Besides that, yeah.
Ooh, I just thought of an alternative good guess.
To what?
PA.
PA?
He has like the least number of copies
At 2.
in JP. I think there's only like
No,
just 2 or
two.
something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if like anyone's gonna get a character, it could be PA, and then he can shapeshift. Because usually, you know, like the anniversary character should be like somewhat game changing. So
You know what would be kind of cool? If like each of his skills he transforms into like a supreme being, then uses like their signature or whatever, and then turns back. I think that'd be cool.
That's his animation. It should be like you can actually copy the enemy or your teammates, and he gets all of his skills for like, I don't know, 3/10s or 5/10s.
Oh yes, I can copy the Abyss Power Boss. Do 0 damage to each other.
Yeah. Your only skills is charging AoE. You copy
And
the
then-
raid boss. Yes.
Who would you want then?
Who do I want?
Yeah. Like, not realistically,
sure,
but like,
say Gargantua. I'm also a big advocate for that. But you know what? Just give me like actual PDL. Like, don't give me his controlling element. Just give me this big chunky dragon boy, and then make it so that you can't run both. So that like whoever pulled for like Suwa just gets like screwed royally, except for intimacy. Yeah, just give me.
I think
that.
you're just sad you didn't get PDL.
Oh yeah,
Assassin's
no,
a lot of salt right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
No. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Anyways, Akane, how are you? Anniversary guys.
Like, yeah, I think personally, like the same as you guys, realistically, I think Albedo or Shalltear. But if I had to like pick out an exact unit, right, I think they could either do Albedo, and this would be quite cool, but like her in her battle armor, but on her battle horse, like as a unit. I think that would be pretty cool. Like
That
it'd
would
be
mean
like
she's not a virgin anymore. What?
What
Impossible.
What happened to the second anniversary party that we missed?
and then the Shalltear one, I think, like I said it again and again, I'm just waiting for him to bring out the vampire form of her. The one where she like chases Brain in the anime. Like that form, we haven't seen it yet, and it's just an easy unit to make that isn't already out. So like
They have
I think
the
that
character
could
model
be
for
one.
it. So there's that.
But yeah. So they're the two that I think realistically could happen. I'm praying they do not bring out another Irons. If they do that, that's like the biggest letdown for me. It doesn't matter how good that Irons is. If they bring out another Irons, I just don't want to see it. I want to see something new. So that would be my realistic guess. And obviously, if I had to pick something I want, another Zeshi, you know. Come on. Like, or Nuranist, you
Would
know.
that make you sad
second
if
year
the new
anniversary
Zeshi comes
Nuranist.
out and you just
No,
finish
it wouldn't.
maxing out your Zeshi?
No way, because this Zeshi would be a god tier Zeshi. So like I can get rid of this one and I can just be like, well, I've got the full squad, you know? I don't need to pull for any units. I've got both of them. But yeah, Zeshi or Nuranist, that would do me fine.
They bring out Renna,
Renner? Yeah.
the princess. Yes.
I want base Renner, if people know what I'm talking about. Like OG Renner.
Ah,
Yeah. Alright, so that's it. We've not even hit the 50-minute mark. I think that's it for episode 8. Hopefully episode 9 we can do a regular length episode, discuss how great Global is. Any shoutouts before we end it?
shout out to Crunchyroll and Sony. You know, they're really good creators, obviously. Very good at keeping games and lasting long.
Shout out to Nick for funding JP.
Oh, don't say that. Leave him alone. Let the man rest. Oh god.
It's gonna be
Dai, you're
drinking more alcohol and pool again because of this.
Yeah. Dai, you're also part of that group. Not quite as big as a supporter as Mix, but you also did help out fund a little bit this month. So thank you, Dai.
So I'm gonna actually shout out with links below. I've been making a comprehensive JP guide. So if you're new to the game or coming off the global bandwagon to the JP bandwagon, go check it out. If you think there's missing stuff, send me some DMs. I'll make it better. The guide's like 60% done, but it covers a lot already. So yeah, check that out. I have no analytics, so I don't even know if people are looking at it. But I'd really appreciate it. Maybe sub if you like the guide. Huh? Yeah, that's my show. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, that's it.